So, I believe it was after my stream on Friday. Oh, playing Fallout. Of course, you Fallout New Vegas. You've got Joshua Graham and Honest Hearts. Ev- A lot of people really love the crap out of him, and it for very good reasons as well. But he's got this one quote that kind of floats around, and that's what's kind of what inspired this. So it's like only like a minute and a half. So
There is much to be skeptical of in this world, so it no longer surprises me to learn how many people don't really believe in anything. What's the point? For many of us, the road is a difficult one, but the path is always there for us to follow, no matter how many times we may fall. The good news is that we can help you find your way back. Naturally, some days are harder than others, but I must try. We all have doubts. The light of the mind alone cannot burn away all darkness. Think.
so I know it's really mean to pause in the middle of it, but this is one element that really rings true, and he kind of goes into it further, is talking about how we all have those moments of darkness where things are just tough, things are really low, and it's just part of the human condition that we go through. You're gonna hit burnout, you're gonna have a bad day, you're gonna have this, that, and the other. And while you're in the moment, it's really hard to pull through. But it feels that way, and that's just the way it is in life, is we've got those moments.
Think on it and look in your heart. It will be for the best. When the walls come tumbling down, when you lose everything you always have family. The fire that had kept me alive was love. Their love. God's love. Right. You're not so certain. Fair enough. We all go through periods of darkness. Of course. In a world filled with misery and uncertainty, it is a great comfort to know that, in the end, there is light in the darkness. In such times we can turn to the Lord, but it's good to have friends. And the good Lord knows there's much to be done here. You're a good neighbor to us. Thank you. Until then, God be with you.
So there's the channel for the one who did it, and if you are, so you can go and drop them a view and whatnot. But the whole idea that some people feel like they don't have anywhere to turn, and he brings out that point that, like, in the end, you have friends, you have family, you have God to that you can turn to for those times of darkness. So within my church, we have the analogy of the iron rod, something that you hold to that guides you through those dark times. In fact, in the analogy, not only does it provide a guide for you, but it guides you through those clouds of darkness and takes you into them. So there's some points where, yes, your path will literally take you into those moments of darkness, but when you turn to the right sources, to family, to friends, those good people around you, then you're able to pull through whatever it is that you're going through. And I know people have talked about burnout and things like that, and what they go through, no matter what you're doing. Even people that do YouTube on a regular basis, they hit those moments of burnout, with those times of those moments when they just don't know if they can, like, keep going sometimes, and it's just tough. But when you take time to take a breather, step back, turn to those sources that will help you pull through, then in the end you can, then that gives you the strength that you need to be able to pull through and to keep going. Just like with Joshua Graham, he talks about how that love burned brighter than the fire that burned around him. And that's what kept him alive. That's what drives him, is that love and God's love. And in a world so much where people don't know what to do, that's a comfort in the end, that there's a light in that darkness. And yes, some people give in because it's just too much and they can't stand it. But if we, for those that are not in those times and that catch people in those times, if you can show those people that light, then that will help pull them out and help their light to burn brighter. Just because you have a light doesn't mean that you can't light someone else up. If you have ever lit up a candle, you know, okay, we start out with a match, we have one flame, and then we can take that candle flame and light another flame, and your light is not diminished. Your candle is not diminished by sharing with another. So in the end, let that light that Joshua talks about, that burning flame, burn so that others can light themselves from it too. Where was it? That one. Okay. But yeah, find those things. I mean, whether you feel you can't go anywhere else, there's always networks you can turn to. I mean, just look around. My links and stuff are down there. If it's helpful in any way, then you know the drill and what to do. I'll see you all in the next one.